Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. And I just want to say thank you for all of you that have been sending loving energy to the animals. If you're new, I explained in an earlier video that I've been called to send some loving energy to the animals. I don't totally understand why, but I get the sense that they're in some kind of trouble, some kind of maybe even danger, but I feel like it's an energetic danger of some kind. I don't know, maybe over time it'll unfold and I'll understand a little better, but for now I've just been guided to send loving, healing energy out to the animal spirits. And I've been pulling a card each day that I do a video and sharing the card with you and reading a little message about it, and then using my pendulum to send the energy out to that animal group that comes up in the card. And again, just to clarify, I use the pendulum. It helps me understand when the energy is moving, and then when it slows down. It just helps me understand when I myself and you as a group, whoever's watching, whoever joins in to send energy to the animals, when we've accomplished what we need to do in that session. So I just thought I'd explain that again. And again, I'm going to use Spirit Animal Oracle, beautiful cards. So right now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shuffle. And I've already smudged our space. I shuffled cards. I'm going to pull a card and see what animal group wants to come forward for some extra support and maybe a message for us today. Okay, so I'm going to cut the cards. I know it's not fully in view, so I hope you can hear me shuffle and see. So I'm going to go ahead. Today we have Bat Spirit, and the number on the card is number 5, and it says, "A rebirth is assured." So maybe some of you are in the process of that. Maybe you're rebirthing yourselves, and maybe there'll be a message here for you. With Bat Spirit, again, it's so interesting, some of these animals that have been coming up, because the animals that have been coming up, many of them have been animals that popularly, I'm putting that in air quotes, are deemed to be kind of a nuisance. And I mean, if you've ever had bats in your house, you'll know what I mean. It's disturbing, it's unsettling, and it usually is a surprise, like you're not expecting it, or you wake up in the middle of the night and there's something swirling around your head and you realize what it is, and it's usually not during the daytime. And so you're awake and startled and finding yourself trying to figure out how you're going to help this bat leave your home. For me personally, owning an old house, there was a period of several years where I had bats on a regular basis. And it was frustrating and alarming and disturbing. And I tried not to lose my cool for a long time about the bats, but I remember one specific time where I had gotten a bat out and almost immediately there was a second one. And excuse my terminology here, but I'm going to use an expression. I lost my shit. I'll just be honest. And it wasn't my best day, and it wasn't my best moment. And my kids thought it was hilarious because I'm screaming obscenities at a bat as I'm swinging a broom at it, trying to knock it down. And it was a moment of shift too, because after that, I realized that I wasn't working with the bat spirit. I was clearly working at odds with it. And this was before I understood that animals could bring messages, and that I would even look up what a spiritual meaning of a bat was. And I mean, I had no idea. I just knew that I had small kids and I needed to get this thing out of my house. But once a friend of mine suggested opening the door, turning off all the lights, and just allowing the bat to find its way out of the scene, and not try to, like knock it down. I never really wanted to kill them. I just wanted to knock them down. I would put a towel over it because I would just hit it enough to stun it, get it to the ground, throw a towel over it. Then I would scoop it up in the towel, and I would go outside and throw the bat and the towel and all out and let the bat find its way out of the towel. And that worked. But the suggestion was to just let the door open and let the bat find its way. And at the time, that seemed like, are you crazy? Like, why would I do that? But I tried it. And the more I did that, the more it worked. And eventually, I found a space in my home that needed sealed up, and I realized where the bats were coming in. I mean, this took years to work this out and figure this out, and a change of furnace, and it was a whole scene, the whole situation, I guess. But I share that because initially I felt like they were a nuisance, and then as I learned more, I realized how important they were to keep the bug population down. So please don't hate on me if you think, hey lady, why didn't you know that? Well, I was young. I was a young mother, and I had kids to deal with, and I wasn't thinking about all of those things, and I had never learned anything about bats. So I'm sorry to the bat kingdom. But I've learned a lot since, and they are very beneficial. And even though they're mysterious, they hang out in the dark, they fly around, they kind of dive down, and they are a creature that a lot of time causes a lot of dark, mysterious, even evil thoughts, in the way they've been portrayed. And so it's very interesting. But there's also, the Batman character, who was a character that hid in the shadows but did a lot of good, and it was a lot of good that you didn't see. So maybe some of you out there have some hidden talents or things that you do behind the scenes that are really good for humanity, but that others don't see. That could be a message also. So anyway, I've rambled on quite a long time about the bat because it's been significant in my life, but I'm going to go ahead and read the bat spirit, A Rebirth is Assured message from the book, and then we will send some energy. So maybe start with taking a few deep breaths while I read the message. You can put your hand over your heart, maybe close your eyes if that helps. And again, if you do have bat experiences, which I'm sure will be interesting, feel free to put them in the comments, and we can share and swap experiences with each other and maybe learn a little more. Okay, so here's the message. After something has run its course and died, or been released, finished, surrendered, completed, or ended, there is a promise of a new beginning. Rebirth is assured just as night gives way to dawn and the bat emerges from darkness of a womb-like cave. Bat Spirit has come to remind you that this rebirth is a miraculous one. For the very best elements of what you had to give up in the death of the old are still present in this new amazing life forming now. This is the miracle and magic of rebirth in every aspect of your life, including the rebirth of faith in your ability to establish new and healthy relationships. Bat Spirit reminds you that at present you are in unknown territory and may feel as if you are lost. However, you are called to trust that your intuition will be a reliable guide as you give birth to something new and unfamiliar. That spirit has listened in the darkness of night and has heard all your hopes and dreams, your fears and worries too, and assures you that this new version of your dream, this move from darkness into light, from lost to found, and death to rebirth, comes to fruition with love at its core. Bat Spirits asks that you trust that what seems to have died is actually shape-shifting into something even more meaningful and wondrous than before. If you feel like you are in the dark, know that come morning, all will be revealed and all things will be in a new form that is right for you. That message is really important to me right now. And just like the other day with the beetle spirit, I'm going to have to sit and reflect with this a little bit, but I know that this card, for me personally, is almost a direct answer from Spirit for something that I have been thinking about and pondering and maybe even been a little concerned about. So take a deep breath. Let's send some loving, healing, protective energy, gratitude out to the Bat Spirit for appearing today, for giving us a message, and maybe acknowledging, like I said before, all the things that we do behind the scenes to help humanity or help others that maybe have been unacknowledged or unnoticed, or that we didn't call attention to for whatever reason. And maybe give a little gratitude to yourself, pat yourself on the back for those things that you've done for others, even if someone else didn't notice. Bat Spirit's coming through to say, the universe knows. So I'm going to let the pendulum do its work. Take another deep breath. Hold it. And exhale. And I'm just going to give a few minutes of quiet. Take another deep breath and hold. And exhale, sending love. Another deep breath. Hold. And exhale. Okay. I just want to thank you for being here today, for helping send love and healing energy to the Bat Spirit community and maybe animals related to the Bat Spirit. I hope you found something helpful in this message today, and I hope you felt connected to the rest of us as we all send our love and healing to the animal spirit community. For whatever reason, we need to do that right now. And I hope to see you again. Have a great day. Bye for now.